so seductive. I take you to the candy shop.
How's it going, my evil residents? Today we're going to take a look at all of the bosses in Resident Evil 2 Remake, and we're going to rank them worst to best. Yes, I know there's technically only 2 bosses in this game, but one of those bosses has 5 different forms. 5 is enough for a list video. I think that's like the bare minimum for a list video, so we're going to rank them. I'm going to do it, and it's going to be funny. It's going to be a short, chill video today, so yeah, I won't waste any more time. Let's get right into the video.
William? What a surprise!
In 6th place, we have Birkin V, and the reason I ranked this one in last is because it's barely a boss. I almost didn't count it. It's basically just a damage check, and you shoot at a wall that gets a little bit closer to you. It's not that interesting. It's a copy-paste of the Evelyn fight from Resident Evil 7. That sucked there, and this sucks here, so it goes in last place.
William? What a surprise!
In 5th place, we have Birkin II, which is when you fight Birkin with the like metal crate that you press the button to swing around and it smacks him into oblivion. That one gets 5th place because you don't actually fight Birkin. You just kind of stun him and then you knock him off the ledge. And it's cool the first time and it's terrifying because you're stuck with this big chunky guy on this little small area. It's terrifying. But once you realize how easy this boss actually is, it's not that fun on repeat playthroughs. It's just, you're just waiting around for him, just stun him with a flash grenade, just wait there. That's it. It's okay. It's a fine boss. It's just not my favorite. So it goes to number 5. All the other bosses are much more fun, at least I think so, because you actually fight the boss.
William? What a surprise!
In 4th place, we have Birkin I. I really like fighting this boss. I think he's really fun, just running away from him, especially on a first playthrough. The amount of panic that you have because you may not be expecting a boss fight. You're just walking through a hallway and then boom, you're fighting Birkin. That's really cool on a first playthrough. And then on repeat playthroughs, it's still fun because it's a early game way to absolutely just destroy a boss. It's really fun. And if you're on the second run, you have pretty much all the weapons in the game, besides the spark shot and the flamethrower, at your disposal to fight him, which also makes it really fun. You can test out different weapons on him and stuff like that. And yeah, I just think he's cool to fight. And I can't not bring up the cheese method of knifing him on a high frame rate, just like throwing a stun grenade, throwing a regular grenade, then just going at him with your knife above 60 frames, melts him. And it's hilarious. And that honestly does detract from the score a little bit because it makes it really too easy. And as long as you're playing on like a modern console or at least a decent PC, he's a joke and you can basically just skip this boss. I know it's an exploit, but I feel like Capcom probably should have fixed this. It's funny, but I do think it affects the integrity and like the quality of the boss because you basically just skip it with the knife. It's hilarious. I think it goes to number 4.
William? What a surprise!
In 3rd place, we have Birkin III. Yes, I did this on purpose. Leave me alone. I put Birkin III in 3rd because honestly, he's a pain in the ass, okay? Yeah, he's fun, but when you're playing on hardcore, he's just a huge pain. It's not clear how you're supposed to dodge his attacks. Some of them, you straight up can't dodge. This boss can't corner you. I can't stress how much of a pain he is on hardcore to fight. Like, oh my god. The arena is like big, but these 4 like wall things, I don't know what the wall things actually are, but they're walls. They get so much in the way. Like, yeah, you can hide from him throwing the projectiles, but honestly, they just trap me more than they help me, if that makes sense. I would much prefer a big open area to fight him in. The arena design makes it challenging. The difficulty hitting his eyes makes it challenging. If you're not expecting the boss fight on a first playthrough, you're honestly screwed. Like, if you don't have that Resident Evil 6 sense of like, oh, this is a boss room. Yeah, this is a boss room. You're honestly kind of fucked. So yeah, I think Birkin III is frustrating on a new playthrough. He's frustrating on repeat playthroughs when you're playing on harder difficulties. Like, he's fun and he's a well-designed boss. He's just really frustrating on hardcore specifically. And since I usually play this game on hardcore, you just can't make the top 2 because, dear god, the amount of times this guy has absolutely decimated me is, cut that out. I phrased that very poorly.
I'll buy you a nice big family-sized bottle of top-shelf lube, and I'll tickle your balls.
In 2nd place, we have Super Tyrant, the only boss on here that is not named William. Yeah, Mr. X just makes for a great boss. It's basically a damage check. I mean, most bosses technically are damage checks, but really it's just like, just damage him enough until the rocket launcher spawns and then shoot him with a rocket launcher. I think it's the best executed, like just a Tyrant that you shoot until you do half his health, and then you shoot him with a rocket launcher. I think it's the best one of those because he's the only one that's actually threatening, unless you count Code Veronica, but I don't want to talk about that because Resident Evil 1, he just walks at you, swings sometimes. He does that dash move every once in a while. He's generally pretty easy. Super Tyrant, I think, is much harder. And then the falling debris in the arena, yeah, you could use it to block his dash attack, but it does make it genuinely hard sometimes to dodge his attacks, but not infuriatingly so like it does with Birkin III. Unless you take too long, then it does get a little infuriating. I just think overall it's a better designed one arena for the boss than Birkin III is. And I think the boss is better designed. He doesn't have as many bullshit attacks. His weak spot isn't in a bunch of bullshit areas. So he's just more fun to fight. Plus the music is so good. If you haven't gone to listen to the Super Tyrant boss music, please go do it. It's so good. In first place, we have Birkin IV, Claire's final boss. Ignore the wall of flesh boss. Fuck that boss. Claire's final boss is so good. Clear weak point, not always easy to hit weak point, varied attacks, fun arena, special weapon that doesn't like make the boss fight too easy. Because if you miss too much or you overdo attacking the eyes, you could just run out of ammo and you have to use your other weapons. And if you're not prepared for that or you mess up, then you have to restart. So it has a learning curve. It has a lot of fun mechanics. Yeah, if you didn't know, for Birkin IV, if you're not shooting the eyes, you're not damaging it. If you didn't know that, sorry to break the news to you, but yeah, just closing him with the minigun. If you're not hitting him in the eyes, you're literally not doing anything, so don't do that. You can destroy him if you know just to shoot the eyes. You can clear him in like 2 minutes, but the game doesn't tell you, you just have to learn that. But if you don't learn that, it doesn't punish you horribly for not doing that. It just punishes you like a little bit, which I think is more balanced and more fun, and I think this is the most fun boss in the game. It's also really epic, especially when he like climbs up and then you knock him down with the minigun and he falls and it makes the platform accelerate a lot faster. It's like, it's really fun. It's really freaking cool. And yeah, this is my favorite boss in this game by a significant margin more than Super Tyrant. I do think Super Tyrant has better music, but pretty much everything else about this boss fight is better. Also, amount of eyes that he has on his like face, chest, whatever that area is, it always makes my skin feel weird. Like even just thinking about it right now, I get like weird goosebumps. Like it's like when you see like too many holes in something and it makes your skin feel weird. I get that from this boss, which I think ups the creep and like cool factor of the boss, that it's the only boss that still creeps me out of like any Resident Evil boss because of all the eyes. It's just, I don't know. I just really like this boss. Well designed. That is going to do it for this video. If you liked it, feel free to drop a like. If you disliked it, feel free to dislike it, but please do leave a comment letting me know why you disliked it so I can make my videos as good as possible. If you want to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe. I do a lot of ranking videos. I do some plot armor videos, which are really fun if you want to check those out. I'm also going to be doing a series about each Resident Evil character, going over them one by one. If you want to subscribe for that, we got a lot of stuff coming up on the channel. We do have a Discord if you want to talk with other evil residents, talk about Resident Evil, share pictures of your pets, LFG with other residents to play some Resident Evil. Yeah, feel free to join the Discord. It's a cool place, lots of cool people there. We do also have channel memberships up on the channel. Obviously, do not feel pressured to throw any sort of money at me whatsoever. If you do, I greatly appreciate it. But you just watching the video, liking, subscribing, whatever you're gonna do with the video that is free to you, I still greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching the video, and yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. Stay evil, my residents.